Fresh off 100 yards. Fresh off 100 yards. Fresh off 100 yards.
At the home of the world's first natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. A moment ago, this Arizona crowd was on its feet. The defensive starters led by perennial All-Pro Patrick Peters. Tough one on their as they'll square off. Oakland Raiders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
We'll see how Kyler Murray
The
does.
NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep, and he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
On 1st and 10, Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. Every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
We don't have time to update these. I'll be out next week.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Next Madden comes out. Brandon Marshall in the middle here.
A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Can't stand him. I mean, he could be a great guy, but he's been around too long to make some knucklehead mistakes that he does. I'm not sure if they'll bring him back, what the situation is.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
And how about wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald? Back for his 15th NFL season. This is not a ceremonial appearance. He had 109 catches last season. He will help the new quarterback of the Cardinals become better right away.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Operating from the gun. Murray dumping it off for Johnson. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown.
It's going to be fun here.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Williams, I got Hunter Renfrow in the slot. Jacobs is my 3rd down, and Frank Morrell. So pretty much all
on 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
But I'll take it.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
If you notice the icons are smaller, that's on purpose in this mod. I kind of dig it. Let's go Brown over the middle.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. I asked him before the game, did you know that you were close to 200 last week? He said, oh, yeah, I knew I was right on the doorstep, just short of it, but a touchdown as well. Heck of a game.
I like that he was honest with you because they always know. They keep track in their head. They understand their yardage. But how'd you like to be the defense this week? This was a week of open field tackling practice because you know he's going to get his catches. The key is to limit him after the catch, put him on the ground.
On 1st down, Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I did give Renfrow the clutch rating. More than I've heard in college, and he was kind of a go-to.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. A look now at the defensive starters for the Cardinals. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And Brown's got it for an Oakland touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown.
So we haven't seen
Carlson now to kick this one away.
I believe he has like 90.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
It's definitely like 92, 93.
So out now come the Cardinals. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And then we got the rookies right there, Mullen and Abram. That wasn't Abram. That's a glitch in Madden. Sometimes that happens.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Man, that should be good for a little bit, man. Hopefully they pan out and we got some good defensive players for a while. Let's get some zone. Well, no, Raiders known for oh man. I don't know if we should just go man here.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Murray. It's caught, Nelson. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Marcus Jordan, he's in back too.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And an alley to run. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 1 quarter down. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
Scaled down, shorter and thinner. I don't know if that's to open up the field.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Got perfect on the books. Is that who that is? Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's right here.
All right, here we go.
Off the play fake, Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd and short.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Try to get Farrell.
Off play action. Murray. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I'm not sure who that brings in.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Murray now. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
J.J. Nelson now to return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
So what we got to do to get Jacobs?
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
I think so. Go Brown in the slot, runs up top. Don't really roll too well slot on this one.
On second down, here's Carr. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Get him in space. Richard and Jacobs on this one. We'll do a screen to Jacobs.
Carr now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Should be good.
And they'll run it here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
From midfield, here's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
That should be good.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Sure
Carr now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Throwing now is Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Carr gives to Richard. And fighting down inside the 25. A minute 57 to go in this first half. More from the desert after this.
We want to get on defense and bring in our 7th round pick. Guy from Prairie View A&M.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
I don't know if I'm going to go Renfro, Browns, for having a
Carr now on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Carr will try it again on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
I'm not sure this is going to do much, but you see.
Now they try the right side here. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got...
Let me see if this works. Quentin Bell.
Take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
I don't like this man. We're not a man team. Let's get this right.
Throwing on first down. Murray. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And now running right through it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked him.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He was technically...
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some space here. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
But
short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football...
all right, let's see. We can do it this way then. Depth chart. So he's subbed in there, but he can't be there, so that sucks.
You're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback